In today's digital world, finding a truly safe space to talk can feel nearly impossible. Social media is everywhere, but genuine privacy and trust are rare commodities, especially when it comes to sharing personal stories or concerns. For women, opening up about their experiences, especially those involving people they meet, date, or encounter, can be daunting. The fear of judgment, backlash, or not being believed often keeps important conversations in the shadows. That's why the T app was created, a virtual whisper network designed exclusively for women. It's a digital space where women can warn, support, and empower each other, sharing information that might otherwise be lost or silenced. The inspiration behind T came from a deeply personal place. Its creator, Sean Cook, watched his own mother struggle with the uncertainties and risks of online dating. He saw firsthand how little information women had about the people they met and how isolating that could feel. T wasn't just about rating men or sharing warnings. It was about building a collective memory, a living, breathing network of shared experiences. It aimed to create a trusted community where women could look out for one another, just like friends do in real life. To keep this space safe, T required users to verify that they were women. This usually meant uploading a selfie or a photo of an ID. The app promised that this sensitive data would be deleted after verification, reassuring users that their privacy was a top priority. This sense of exclusivity and security made users feel protected, as if they were stepping into a digital fortress built just for them. It was a place where they could finally let their guard down and speak honestly. The app's mission struck a chord with women everywhere. It offered a real solution to the vulnerability and uncertainty that so often comes with dating and meeting new people. Features like background checks and reverse image searches gave women tools to protect themselves and make informed decisions. T quickly became more than just a gossip app. It evolved into a practical safety tool, empowering women to take control of their own experiences and look out for each other in ways that had never been possible before. The promise of a secure, supportive, women-only space attracted a wave of new users. Women from all walks of life signed up, eager to find a safer, more connected way to navigate the world of relationships and dating. At its core, T was built on trust, safety, and the belief that women deserve to speak freely and support one another. It was a digital sisterhood, where every voice mattered and every story could make a difference. In many ways, T was a modern version of friends looking out for friends. Only now, technology made that circle of support bigger and stronger than ever before. But as we'll see, even the strongest fortress can have cracks. The story of T is not just about innovation and community, but also about the challenges that come with building trust in a digital age. T was designed to be refreshingly simple. After a quick verification process, women could search for men by name or profile, instantly accessing a database built by the community itself. Users could leave anonymous red flag or green flag comments, sharing their experiences, good or bad, without fear of being identified or shamed. Uploading photos was encouraged, helping clarify identities and prevent confusion, especially in cases where names were common or profiles were vague. The app felt like Yelp for people, but with a much deeper purpose, empowering women to protect themselves and each other, and to make informed decisions about who they met online or in real life. Anonymity was at the heart of T's design. Usernames were randomly generated, and no personal details were ever shown, so women could speak freely and honestly. To further protect privacy, screenshotting was disabled, making it nearly impossible to share sensitive conversations or reviews outside the app. Beyond public reviews, T offered a private messaging feature, allowing women to connect directly, share advice, or warn each other about specific situations in a safe, supportive space. This unique blend of public warnings and private, supportive conversations made T feel like a lifeline for many users, a digital sisterhood built on trust and shared experience. In July 2025, everything changed. A viral TikTok trend catapulted T into the spotlight, sending it soaring to the top of the App Store charts and bringing in nearly 1 million new signups in just a few days. The sudden fame was a double-edged sword. On one hand, it proved just how much women needed a tool like T. On the other, it drew intense scrutiny, backlash, and heated debates across social media. Some men felt unfairly targeted, and the app quickly became a lightning rod for controversy, with critics questioning its ethics and legality. As the user base exploded, So did concerns about privacy, accuracy, and the potential for misuse. T's rapid rise set the stage for a crisis, one that would test the very trust it was built on. The digital sanctuary that so many women relied on was about to face its greatest threat yet, a threat from within. And it all started with a single, overlooked security flaw, one that would change everything for T and its community. The breach that toppled T wasn't a high-tech hack. It was shockingly simple. Hackers found an unsecured public bucket on Google's Firebase, with no password or authentication. After a call to action on 4chan, angry users quickly located and downloaded the entire legacy database. The exposed data was over 2 years old, kept for legal reasons, but stored carelessly. This forgotten backup held sensitive information, leaving users vulnerable even if the main app was secure. The lesson? Security isn't just about the front door, it's about every forgotten closet. One overlooked database was all it took to shatter T's hard-won trust. Even the best intentions can't protect against basic mistakes. For T, one open door was all it took. The breach was massive. About 72,000 images leaked, including 13,000 verification selfies and IDs. These were the very photos women trusted the app to delete after verification. The rest were images from posts, comments, and private messages, turning confidential conversations into public spectacle. Some direct messages were also leaked, exposing deeply personal exchanges. The leak wasn't just about numbers, it was about the violation of trust and privacy at the app's core. What was meant to be a safe space became a source of fear and exposure. The private support network was now a public archive. The damage was deeply personal and irreversible. For T's users, the hack was devastating, a profound betrayal of trust. Women who believed they were protected now faced the nightmare of their photos and stories circulating online. Verification selfies and IDs in the hands of hostile strangers created real fears of harassment and doxing. The leak blurred the line between digital and real-world safety, making users feel exposed and targeted. Attempts to intimidate users followed, including a Google map claiming to show their locations. The sense of community was replaced by isolation and anxiety. The breach didn't just break an app, it broke the promise of safety for women online. Users were left questioning their trust in any platform promising security. The emotional fallout was measured in fear, regret, and a shattered sense of safety. The human cost was immense and lasting. When the breach went public, T scrambled to respond. They confirmed the hack, blamed a legacy database, and brought in cybersecurity experts. The company promised to secure its systems and highlighted its positive mission and partnerships. But for many users, these words rang hollow. Their data was already out there. The explanation about old data raised more questions than answers. Crisis management can't undo harm already done. Rebuilding trust would be a long, uphill battle. For T, the damage was already irreversible. The T hack is a bitter irony. A safe haven became a source of danger. Privacy isn't just about secrets, it's about safety, autonomy, and trust. For women, the expectation of privacy was everything. Its loss meant real-world risks. The breach exposed users to the very threats they sought to avoid. App developers have a responsibility. Good intentions aren't enough without airtight security. One weak point can betray an entire community. The T incident forces us to rethink the trade-offs we make for online safety. True safety requires privacy built into every line of code. The T saga offers lessons for everyone, users and developers alike. For users, be cautious with your data, research apps, and read privacy policies before sharing sensitive info. Use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and remember nothing online is ever fully private. For developers, security must be built in from day one. Regular audits, encryption, and ethical hacking are essential. Never store sensitive data in public or unauthenticated databases. Practice data minimization. Only collect what's necessary and delete it as soon as possible. The promise to delete verification IDs was right. The failure to do so was fatal. Transparent data retention policies are a must. If you don't have the data, it can't be stolen. Trust is earned through honesty, transparency, and relentless security. The T-App story is a cautionary tale. a reminder that even the best intentions can go awry in the digital world. But this isn't the end of safe online communities. Instead, it's a turning point, a chance to reflect and do better. Every setback is an opportunity to rebuild stronger, and the lessons learned here can guide us toward a safer future. The need for these spaces is real and growing. People crave places where they can connect, share, and feel secure. The challenge is building them right, with care and responsibility at every step. It's not just about technology, it's about trust, transparency, and community. For users, this is a call to vigilance and empowerment. Don't just accept what's offered. Ask tough questions, read the fine print, and demand better privacy. Your data is valuable, and you have the right to know how it's used. By staying informed and proactive, you help shape safer digital spaces. For developers, it's a wake-up call. Security can't be an afterthought or a box to check at the end. It must be woven into every line of code, every design decision, and every update. The responsibility to protect users is ongoing and essential. The next generation of safety apps must be built on the hard lessons learned from T's failure. This means prioritizing user safety, being transparent about risks, and constantly improving security measures. Only then can we hope to regain trust. Trust is slow to build, but can be lost in an instant. Once broken, it takes time and effort to restore. Every decision matters, and every action counts toward rebuilding what was lost. Rebuilding means partnership. Cautious users working together with security-obsessed developers. It's a shared journey where everyone has a role to play in creating safer digital communities. The digital world is risky, but it can also be a place of connection, support, and growth. When we work together, we can make it safer for everyone. By learning from this painful spill, we can create online spaces that are not only safer, but also more welcoming and resilient for everyone who needs them. Together, we can brew a future where safety and privacy go hand in hand, and where trust is earned and kept by all.